Halemaumau Crater is a pit crater located within the much larger summit caldera of Kīlauea in Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. The roughly circular crater floor is 770 meters by 900 meters and is 83 meters below the floor of Kīlauea caldera. Halemaumau is home to Pele, goddess of fire and volcanoes. According to the traditions of Hawaiian mythology, Halemaumau means house of the _tma_u fern. The crater is currently active, containing a lava lake. From 2008, when the current vent inside Halemaumau Crater first erupted, to April 2015, lava was present inside the vent, fluctuating from 20 to 150 meters below the crater floor. On April 24, 2015, molten lava in the vent, known as the Overlook Crater, became directly visible for the first time from the Jagger Museum overlook at the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory when the lava rose to an all-time high level since the Overlook Crater first opened. A few days later, on April 29, the lava started spilling over the rim of the Overlook Crater and onto the floor of Halemaumau Crater. The lava lake has since receded back out of view. Early history. Early eruptions were only recorded by oral history. One large one in 1790 killed several people and left footprints in hardened ash of some ancient Hawaiians killed by pyroclastic flows. William Ellis, an English missionary and amateur ethnographer and geologist, published the first description of Halemaumau as it appeared in 1823. Astonishment and awe for some moments rendered us mute, and like statues, we stood fixed to the spot with our eyes riveted on the abyss below. Immediately before us yawned an immense gulf, in the form of a crescent, about 2 miles in length, from northeast to southwest, nearly a mile in width, and apparently 800 feet deep. The bottom was covered with lava, and the southwest and northern parts of it were one vast flood of burning matter, in a state of terrific ebullition, rolling to and fro its fiery surge and flaming billows. In 1866, Mark Twain, an American humorist, satirist, lecturer and writer, hiked to the caldera floor. He wrote the following account of the lake of molten lava which he found there. It was like gazing at the sun at noonday, except that the glare was not quite so white. At unequal distances all around the shores of the lake were nearly white-hot chimneys or hollow drums of lava, 4 or 5 feet high, and up through them were bursting gorgeous sprays of lava gouts and gem spangles, some white, some red and some golden, a ceaseless bombardment, and one that fascinated the eye with its unapproachable splendor. The mere distant jets sparkling up through an intervening gossamer veil of vapor seemed miles away, and the further the curving ranks of fiery fountains receded, the more fairy-like and beautiful they appeared. Another missionary, Titus Cone, observed and wrote about eruptions in the 19th century. Geologist Thomas Jagger opened an observatory in 1912, and the area became Hawaii Volcanoes National Park in 1916. The level of the lava lake varied over the decades and at times was only 30 meters below the crater rim. In 1924, unusual explosive eruptions sent dust high into the atmosphere and doubled the diameter of the crater. Fractures allowed the lava lake to drain to the east until its surface was 366 meters below the caldera floor. Subsequent eruptions have mostly refilled the crater. Most of the current crater floor was formed in 1974. A 1982 eruption covered a small portion of the northeastern crater floor. Crater eruption 2008 to present. March 2008 eruption episode. Crater activity began to increase when between March 10 and March 14, 2008 gas began to vent from the east wall fumarole directly below the crater overlook. At 2:58 a.m. HST on March 19, 2008, HVO personnel recorded seismic events, and sunrise revealed a 20 to 30 meter diameter hole blown in the side where the vent once was. The explosion scattered debris and spatter across 0.30 square kilometers and damaged the crater overlook. Pieces as large as 20 mm were found on crater rim drive, while 0.3 meters blocks hit the crater overlook area. This was the first explosive eruption of Halemaumau Crater since 1924, and the first lava eruption from the crater since 1982. Sulfur dioxide gas emissions increased rapidly at the beginning of the episode. On March 13, HVO recorded a rate of 2,000 tons per day, the highest rate since measurements began in 1979. Her concentration of over 40 ppm on crater rim drive was measured, prompting alerts and other public safety measures. Halemaumau Crater continued to intermittently emit high levels of volcanic gases, ash, spatter, Pele's tears, and Pele's hair until the second episode. April 2008 eruption episode. This episode began with an explosion on the night of April 9, 2008 that widened the hole by an additional 5 to 10 meters, ejected debris over some 60 meters and further damaged the overlook as well as scientific monitoring instruments. In response to the second episode, scientists and local government officials on April 9, 2008 ordered hundreds of people to evacuate from the park and nearby villages because the sulfur dioxide concentration levels had reached a critical level and a hazardous fog plume extended downwind from the crater. The evacuation lasted 2 days. On April 16, 2008, the crater was rocked with its third significant explosive event, sending ash and debris throughout the area. A second evacuation of the park and surrounding areas was ordered on April 23, 2008. May-August 2008 activity within the crater and vent continued to present scientists with work as the vent continued to eject ash and gases. It wasn't until August 1, 2008 that the crater was rocked with the fourth explosive event, and later on August 27, 2008 its fifth. September 2008 eruption episode. A Hawaii Volcano Observatory news release and images dated September 5, 2008 confirmed the first recorded images of a lava lake 130 feet below the lip of the vent. The HVO had alluded to the presence of lava within the vent, including the sporadic ejecting of lava materials from the vent due to explosive episodes. But this gave officials the first opportunity to visually confirm that active lava was present. The report also noted that the lava could not be seen from observation points around the crater. Since the vent's first appearance, there were 6 significant explosive events to September 2, 2008, changing the vent to roughly its present shape. Ongoing activity. Activity in the crater's vent has been almost constant since March 2008, though it has enlarged since the 2008 events and contains a permanent lava lake, which was visible from the Jagger Center overlook for about a week from the 23rd of April 2015. Other than the described events, major fountaining of lava has not occurred in the crater, unlike the concurrent activity on the eastern rift zone around Oʻahu. Explosive events have occurred as a result of crater wall cave-ins. However, the crater's webcams show ongoing activity, including the active lava lake as seen from the observatory and as seen from the crater rim, looking down into the vent. The Halemaumau overlook is closed, as are hiking trails that lead to the crater. Crater rim drive is closed between the observatory and chain of craters road because of sulfur dioxide gas emissions. Gallery.